In this video, we are going to explore what frequency work actually is, specifically in the context of how we work with it here at Luminate. So frequency work is all about how things feel energetically. So yes, you acknowledge the story and the narrative that is around it, but really what we are searching for is to go a step below what happened and tap into the emotion of what is underneath. Our emotions are always available to us, so when we begin to work with them, we're able to radically transform using the body as a tool to feel, process, and release things from our past and limitations that we put on ourselves in our future. So this concept can sound a little heady. So the way I envision it is imagine a giant switchboard. And this switchboard represents your life. So you have all of these slots that go from 0 to infinity that mark each moment of your life. And you are plugged in at a specific one of those slots at each phase of your life. And the plug-in is accessed through energy. So in our current moment, we are plugged in to an energetic cord that we feel aligned with. Now, our alignment is determined by the things that took place in our path, and where we plug into next is determined by what we think is possible. We live in a universe of infinite possibilities. So really, when you think of what your next plug-in could be, get really wild. It could happen. It could be the most magical experience you've ever experienced. However, it's all about beliefs and energetics that determine where you go. So when we work with frequency work, we go backwards into those previous plugins. We feel the energetic resonance of them, and we either release what is not serving or we align with what is expansive. So we really look at three things when it comes to frequency work. The first is low frequency plugins. These are what are commonly referred to as our shadow sides. When you look at energy and the actual vibration of certain emotions, low frequency emotions, which are typically heavier to carry, simply vibrate at a lower frequency. And the reason I use this terminology is to release any shame or fear or guilt around the experience of these emotions. They're very, very natural, and they're actually needed for part of our experience. But when we can reestablish our relationship with these heavier energies and release them, we're able to use them as tools for expansion rather than blocks for our growth. When we're holding on to low frequency beliefs or energies, we often are in a state of contraction. But when we can learn to understand and open while experiencing a low frequency, our potential for growth is radical and transformational. So when we navigate those low frequencies, what we also need to do is the next step of working with frequency, which is establishing a somatic baseline. In this body, we are run by our nervous system. So our body is actually programmed to keep us in a state of homeostasis. So essentially, if we are alive, our body is so excited about that, and it wants to keep us here. It would rather us stay in the present moment that might not feel great, but we know we can survive it, than step into a more expanded version of ourselves because, frankly, it doesn't know if that's a threat or not. So in order to release narratives that might be holding low frequencies or expand into higher versions of ourselves, we need to get the nervous system on board. And this is primarily done through deep somatic practices. This is getting us out of fight or flight and into rest and digest so that we know anything we release is safe to let go of and anything that we expand into is safe to be in. The third piece of working with frequency is our high frequency alignment piece, which is all about stepping into that version of you that you see when you call on your highest self. The version of you that lives in that lightness, that openness, and with that deep trust in the universe that everything is working out for them. Now, when we step into high frequencies, typically what happens is we're terrified because our body does not know that this is a safe place to be. It's the sensation of things are going really well. When is the other shoe going to drop? When are things going to get bad for me again? Now, this is totally normal because these are amazing yet new sensations for the body, or sensations that we have not integrated as our natural state of being just yet. So I always say that low frequency work feels a little bit more contracted, like, oh, this is heavy to feel, this is heavy to navigate through. Expansion work really is, oh my gosh, this is so big, I'm getting butterflies, I don't know what I'm doing, this feels really good, but I'm a little nervous. So when we begin to reach that point of the butterflies in the stomach, the expansion that we don't know if we can hold, we start to use expanded practices to reintegrate the belief system that these are safe spaces for us to live in and that these are our natural state of being. So we have our low frequency to help us release, our somatic to help us feel safe, and our expanded frequencies to help us grow. And when we move through these frequencies and we use this as a fluid formula for radical transformation, you are able to rapidly expand and step into the life that you have been dreaming and calling in the here, in the now. So I'm so excited that you are called to frequency work, that this journey aligns with you. Please, please, please continue to watch these videos. More information is going to come. And then a course will actually be announced where you can join a conscious community of people committed to transformation and expansion and be guided by frequency work.